Welcome back to GM1Y Radio, and this is Unfiltered. And again, it's Thursday. It's Rap Jury. Before we start Rap Jury, we got our album of the week. Today we got an album that is more of a single.
No,
is this the whole album?
This is a whole fucking album. Oh, nah, yeah, come on.
I didn't know if this is one of the ones where you just had the song and you flipped it.
No, we got the radio side and then we got the street side.
Okay, I'll fuck with that.
Yeah.
So we got Eazy-E, Easy Does It. Again, if you have any records of your own that you would like to not donate, bring in or like mail in, and we'll give it back to you. We ain't trying to steal your shit permanently. Yeah. To have here as the record of the week, we got you. But this week we got Easy Does It. You said you got the radio side and the street side.
Yeah, we want easy, easier said than done. Radio, don't you remember these songs? No More Questions. That was a good one.
Like I said, we even got the Boys in the Hood remix.
Yeah, the Boys in the Hood remix. 2 Motherfuckers with MC Ren. All right, Easy Does It.
So again,
Nobody Moved. Oh, that was a good one.
So this is one of my classics. Again, a lot of people hate on Eazy-E because he didn't write his own stuff. To me, Eazy-E was not out here blatantly telling people he was writing his own stuff.
Yeah.
So
he'd never. Yeah.
So you gotta take that one with a grain of salt. For me, to me, he's always one of my all-time favorites. That's one.
I think because his flow, just the way how he sounded, and
it was authentic to me. Yeah. Like no matter how the beef went down and how his passing went, he was always authentic. Even with the West Coast All-Star rap when they were trying to be positive, Eazy-E was like, he basically was like, I think so. But he was authentic. He was like, don't be like me, but I'm still a thug, I'm still a gangster, and I still do all this shit, but you don't need to do this. But again, we about to start off with Rap Jury. I just wanted to get that in there for before. And again, always just presented by Street Smart Studios. Again, if you want to hit them up, look them up on Facebook for Street Smart Society LLC. Yep. And what we doing first today, James? All right,
so again, we'll run it back to all the albums for this week. We got Johnny Mase, Johnny Mase, Never Been Normal. That's a mixtape. We have 3K on the K. That's an EP mixtape. And I got Pretty Krissy, Rose Gold Bitch, and that's an album. So I'm feeling, let's go ahead. We'll start with Johnny Mase since I fucked it up. So.
Hey, I don't get those chances to correct him that much. It's usually me fucking him up, so I'm not really killing him on it.
So give a little backstory. Do not know full production. So there was not a lot of information that I could find. So,
it was presented by DJ Motorman.
But it was presented by DJ Motorman. So that's pretty dope.
Meaning that I'm assuming that I'm not saying the whole project, but I'm assuming there might be a little bit of IB Labs on here somewhere. I'm not gonna guarantee it.
Yeah. Johnny Mase is from Madison. You'll find that out in this album. So we got somebody from,
the Valley.
The Valley.
I'm not arguing the point of what county it is. I'm just saying it's the Valley.
All right, yeah, part of the Mon Valley. All right, so we're getting it. So brings you in, Never Been Normal intro. It's just more or less just an interlude talking about Never Been Normal.
I respect it though. It was a good speech.
It's a good speech.
Long. It's a little too long. Yeah. It's a good speech.
Yeah. I think it was a bit too long. That's all. Never Been Normal is the first song you get to listen to, and that's number 2.
Not for me.
That, again, I kind of feel like it was being redundant on his, like, Never Been Normal. Like, he was just singing it. It was cool, but, it just got a little too much. And, the auto-tune was a bit overloaded. In the third song, So Long, I feel the same vibe from that.
Oh yeah,
auto-tune, and then again, I feel like it's just overly repetitive. He does throughout the album have good, decent hooks. I just don't think the first 2 songs in my eyes were that good of hooks.
I know the album picks up to me after.
Yeah, it picks up. Oh no, it picks up because it goes so. I can't figure it out, and that one's.
It's a sample. I don't think Fresh Montana was the first one to use the sample. It's just the most clear one in my recent memory, where Fresh Montana had the song with Nas and Kanye last year. But I know the sample's from a 90s song that I'm fully disrespecting. But I went in to listen to it. Like, as soon as I heard that I can't figure it out, I was like, I didn't like the first 2 songs. You better murder this. Like, I was like at that moment where I was like, I'm gonna be really disappointed if he uses this beat and he doesn't eat this shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Johnny Mase because he ate that shit.
He did. I'll give him that. Absolutely.
He definitely ate that shit. And that's what, to me, this is when the album starts. I know that sounds shady, but like I just wasn't in for the first 2 tracks.
Yeah. And then again, I'll give you this intro, because again, I always look at intros and outros as a very important thing. Intro if you want to go by the song, you didn't really bring me in too well.
Again,
the voice, just the speech.
The speech was perfect.
That was cool. So you do get a whole idea of just your whole like basis of what the album's going to be about. So
the other thing, which I just like to point out, the intro speech is longer than the intro song. Like the song, the intro and the song are both named Never Been Normal intro, and then the song has Never Been Normal. The intro is longer than the song.
Yeah.
Like, that was really confusing to me when I bumped this. I'm like, it's like a 3-minute speech and it's like a 2-minute song.
Yeah.
I was like, you might as well just had it all together. That might have been the best way to. You might as well just made that one track.
We could have.
It might have, because I'd have still fucked with the talking, even though I didn't really mess with the song. And you know what else? What gets me is the next track after that. Well, no, there's Feels Like.
Feels Like. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, that was a dope track. It was one of my honors. Like, I mean, I'm not throwing my tops out yet, but it was one of my honorable mentions. Feels Like was definitely a dope, smooth track that leads up into one of my favorite tracks on the album, because it was Ride My Wave.
Yeah, that was dope.
Ride My Wave was dope because it. I don't know if it was him or Liddy on the hook, but like it proved that you didn't need the auto-tune on the hook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was like, I don't think whoever was on the hook was a great singer, but I fucked with the energy. Yeah. Like I fucked with the song no matter how the singing sounded. Like the hook to me was perfect. The verses, it was a fun track. Mm-hmm. It was a very fun track. It did for a minute I thought this project was gonna be pretty dark.
You thought it was gonna be dark?
I thought it was. If you listen to that intro.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the thing is, like, the whole idea, I guess, he wanted to get was like, he's not normal, but he's just different, being accepted. That's all. And I don't think it didn't have to turn dark like that. I don't know. I don't think that none of this album seemed dark like that.
No, like I said, it turned out. And no, the first 2 tracks weren't dark. They weren't for me.
Yeah.
They were. I think So Long personally was just a little bland.
So Long, yeah.
And then, like I said, that auto-tune will Never Been Normal was that auto-tune.
That was a bit. It was a little bit too much. I don't know. Keep it rolling.
Taking Off.
Taking Off. Yeah.
That one. That was one of the tracks where I didn't. It was there.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't something I overly liked, but it wasn't something I didn't like. Like it wasn't. I have no reason to shit on this song at all.
Yeah.
I can listen to it again if it's played. But it's definitely not a highlight to the album.
Yeah. And
it's how much is this album? Is 17 tracks if you take away the interlude and the outro.
Is that what it is? I didn't number this. 2, 4 is.
I know there's 17 tracks on my iPod. But I know that the intro for you and then DJ Motorman has an outro speech at the end. And those are 2 tracks.
Yeah. I'm not. We'll just keep it rolling.
I don't believe it.
Featuring Young Tay.
You know what I gotta say about this album for this track? Because this track specifically, I don't think there was really one bad feature on this album. I feel like I can
concur with that. Absolutely.
And like I said, I like to say that because I fucked with Young Tay on this track.
Yeah, Young Tay was dope.
And that's something like for an album this long, you can fuck up with features pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. Like 17 tracks is a hell of a lot of tracks, and then it's not. Like I said, he makes it work. My thing about having this many tracks is it's easier to make an album worse with more tracks. This is how I look at it. Now, this one is not one of those occasions for me. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about I Don't Believe It?
Wow, yeah, it was dope. Young Tay come up and murdered it. I mean, Johnny Mase, he keeps up. He knows, well, he can keep up with whoever he's brought on. That I like throughout the whole album, he's on par. No one really like overdoes it, or I guess maybe the features themselves don't overdo it either. I mean, in my eyes. So I mean, that was a good one. Keep it rolling. Back on. Get back on.
That one was like filler to me. Like I said, it wasn't good or wasn't bad, but it didn't give me any. It didn't make me pause. It didn't make me want to replay.
Yeah.
So it's just like, again, and I've never had an album that's more than 15 tracks where at some point it's like I could live with or without. And that's how I'm with that on that one. Same thing with the track after it. Like what's that?
Shit With Him?
Yeah, that was a weird.
That was they had like he had a sample of I guess some either from a video or a movie. I don't know, but it was.
Oh, the Denzel Washington at the beat. Was it that one? No, that wasn't.
No, that wasn't it. Okay. That was
All I Need.
I think it was All I Need.
Yeah, but No, like I said, I mean, I'll admit I didn't really like that one, but it's not the worst material on the album.
It was a cool way to play on a hook. But it wasn't like, I think like, again, it seemed like it got a little repetitive for me. But then I'll just keep rolling. Ride for me. That was hype. That was pretty dope. It was kind of like pretty much you can ride or die for me, more or less, like with a female, or.
Oh yeah, I wasn't into it. That's why
I can see where you're trying to. I know who you're pointing that out.
And we talk about it a lot about trying to make tracks for females. So I respect that you did that. Because like again, I have an issue when I get like a 10-track project and it's all trap. Slang it. Fuck these other diggers chicks. Like, that shit's old. So I do ride with the concept. I just didn't fuck with the track.
Yeah.
After that, what is it? I
can't. You can't be around that. That was all right.
Yeah, I don't even have that on my notes, so that one had to be one I just forgot about.
It's some of them, again, I mean, for 17 track, you get a lot of, like, for me, I would prefer less. I mean, less can be more in music.
If you're on albums, my perfect album is like 12 to 14. I'm not here to judge that though.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna that's like, oh no, you put too many songs and like gonna get a bad review and whatnot. Like it's fine.
After that, we got All I Need. That was one of my other honorables. This is one of the better tracks. Again, did not make my top 3, but this is one of the best tracks on the album for me. What's up?
You're gonna say the next one, but yeah, all I need. But yeah, All I Need was dope. Yeah, I think that was the feature with the Denzel Washington speech,
right? Which that's dangerous, man. Like your own speech is cool. When you start taking Denzel and speeches from movies and stuff, you got to murder that stuff. Yeah. Like I said, that was one of my favorite tracks.
So it was good. Yeah, that was dope.
After that, we get It All featuring Big Nigga. I had to figure out why he was like, you got to say the next part.
So we good with that. That was a good one, actually.
Oh, side note, before we get into this, if you name yourself Big Nigga, your white fans have to have a slide to be able to call you what you want to be called. I'm sorry. Like for the defense of my brother right here, I'm just saying, like, if your stage name is Big Nigga, that got to be a pass for everybody. Like you called yourself that. That's what you want to be called. Yeah.
That's a pass.
Like, and I feel like you forced my man's hand. Like, you named yourself Big Nigga. That's what. Like, what happens if you got a DJ that's white and he got to announce it? So, like, yeah, that one's
BN. Yeah, we can go.
Big N.
Big N. That's we'll just leave it out there. And
but that to me, this was not a Big Nigga saved this track for me. I wasn't into it. Until
honestly.
Actually, I'll say Big Nigga saved this from being my worst track.
Yeah,
it's still not one of my favorites. But
it's
like, if it wasn't for his verse, I would have not wanted. This would have been my number 1 worst track. Yeah,
he did. Yeah, I was kind of waiting. I was kind of about to like. It was like a song where I was like, you know what? If I was just listening to this, I would have probably skipped it. But like I have to listen to the full song. He came on. He definitely supported the track on that individual one. So yeah. This one of my faves.
Okay, so this next track was really confusing for me. Then it's honorable mention for my worst, but it's not one of my top 3.
That's one of my top. That's one of my top songs.
Oh well, they didn't hype it up, man. Because I was so long because the hook doesn't
5-4 fuck 5-0. Oh, and then it features Crisco Robbins and Jay Hill.
I have no issues with any of the features.
Features, they killed it.
It just sounds like the hook is off. Like the hook, whenever they go from the hook back to the verses, it sounds weird.
5-0 fuck or 5-4 fuck 5. It was a cool hook. I think this is something that like you can go ahead and like remix. I feel.
Yeah. Like I said, it just wasn't one of my
Crisco Robbins said some disrespectful shit. He was like, I hope you like contract AIDS and then die slowly. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, they were going off on these cops.
And I mean, he said, but throughout, he said like, oh, my mom was gonna say like, gonna hear me say some disrespectful shit. Like he knew what it was.
Again, no, every feature on this album went perfect. I just don't. This song, like, I'm interested in hearing these other dudes again, but this song was not my bread and butter.
I fucked with it. That was one of mine. Then next one come out, Wake Up. Nino Liddy.
Yep.
That was cool.
See, that was the I felt
that was like
Ride My Wave, and that one was the one where I was like, I could live without that one.
But again, I feel like the feature definitely helped with the full the song, I guess.
At some point, I need an answer for the next track. All I know, because he told me before I listened to the album, but there's a good
I thought it was.
No, it's the second to last actual song.
Okay.
Because that's not the last. This is the last song. So
yeah.
This is the track where there's a bunch of gap air.
I thought. Wait, let me double check.
Go ahead. I'm just telling you, because there's no sound at the end of All I Know. And there's no sound at the end of that. It's just a good beat for next 2 minutes after the.
No, there's nothing.
It's not even beat.
There's no beat. It's just air. It's just fades out. He fades out, and then
it's a good 2 minutes.
Minute of air. No, I mean I downloaded this off DatPiff about a week or two ago. You might have re-updated it and maybe put the song in correctly, but I mean the way I got it, it was just empty air, and that was the one with the Snoop Dogg drop too. So
again, I don't blame anybody for the drops. That's EJ Motorman. I had to figure that out last week.
But I mean, I feel like Motorman should have he's oh hey, I'm gonna give you these drops. Just double check. He should have listened to it.
I figured out artists give these mixtapes up to the DJ, and then the DJ do what they do, and then they release it. Sometimes the artists don't hear the album again after they give it to the DJ, and I feel like that might have happened in this case. After that, we got one of my. I didn't like how the album started. I definitely liked how it ended.
Yeah.
Till the Wheels Fall Off is definitely one of the best tracks. D-Lane gets in this too. Shout out to both of these dudes, because this is one of my the shining stars of this album for me. And again, the biggest things to us are how you start and finish your album. I did not like how it started, but I definitely liked how it ended.
Sorry.
You really have to prove your point. That seriously?
I'm being dead serious. I just want to make sure I'm listening. Here, just fade out.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to
it. It fades out at 2:22, and it's a 3 minute and 41 seconds. So that's a minute and 20 seconds
of just air.
And
so I knew it was that track.
Okay, so that's the one. Yeah.
So there's a whole minute and 30 seconds of just straight air at the end of that track, where it's just I don't know why that had to be like that.
If maybe it was you were supposed to have somebody on there again.
We've had that happen where somebody because at least he ran the beat.
Yeah, he ran the beat. Yeah, so no, that you could at least ran the beat or something. That would have been dope.
I could definitely live with more beat if it was going to be just a beat for the next minute and a half, which I've heard that happen in the songs before.
Yeah,
it's ambiance, so they want to have set of atmosphere at the end of their track and shit.
And that's always good. I'm always down. Let the beat ride.
Make sure you don't cut to the next song.
No, I turned it off.
But
the volume.
Again, like I said, Till the Wheels Fall Off to me is a great way to end the track. It's smooth. Like I said, D-Lane gets in it. Even I always had this thing about the last tracks. I feel like the last track should be a solo you thing. The last person I should hear on your album should be you. That's always something I feel like. I could be wrong. Like I said, I've heard albums that have features on the end of the last track before, and it isn't bad. But I feel like that the first and last track should be you. Now, if you want to trade the truth for the rest of your album, that's cool. But I believe that at least the first and last track should be the proof, the pudding of what you did and what I understand. But again, to end the album with Till the Wheels Fall Off, featuring D-Lane, it was great for me.
Yeah.
DJ Motorman's speech at the very last track is basically the same thing that Johnny Mase said at the beginning with his opening speech. Like I said, not bad, but I don't know if I needed 2 speeches about not being normal.
Yeah, that's where I'm kind of at. I mean, I don't have it. I'm not against it. It was 38 seconds. DJ Motorman.
But that's the big difference. Is we got a 3-minute intro speech, and then DJ Motorman's I'm just gonna keep this quick for y'all.
Yeah, I've never been normal.
Shout out to DJ Motorman.
Yeah. But no, I mean, again, this is Johnny Mase's. So I mean, obviously, he really wanted to express himself about not being normal. So I think,
and that's the thing about that opening speech. I think that speech. I respect the speech because a lot of artists won't ever touch on what he said in that speech in their music. So listening to the speech and listening to him talk about how he did try to fit in and how he didn't like how who he was and stuff until he figured out what he wanted to do and how he wanted to be an individual. I respect that whole intro, and I feel like that's a good thing to play for kids in schools and shit. Whenever they give you that peer pressure time, he definitely hit you with some real shit on that speech. And again, it saves him from having to go deeply into that throughout the entire album.
Yeah,
which could have been good, it could have been bad, but like I said, it's not something that's overly dwelled on.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna run these numbers. I'm run not the number, but I mean the top three, bottom three. Again,
I'll run my worst three first. If you want me to.
Again, I didn't mention this earlier, but if you are new to the whole system for mixtapes and albums, we do the top three, bottom three. EPs, we only do one top and one bottom. So we will get it. All right.
All right. So we always start off with the worst because we like to end up with the top. So my worst three tracks will be "Get It All" featuring Big Nigga. Even though again I think Big Nigga saved that from being the number one track. Number two is Ride For Me. Again, like I said, I respect that you tried to make the woman track and was like, it wasn't a flip on Young Bucks, but that's what I thought of when I thought of it. And then I'm sorry, man, the worst track was the title track, Never Been Normal, man. That's for your title track, man, that needs to be on point, bro. And that was not on point for me.
Yeah. So I'm kind of with you on some of them. Never Been Normal was one of the ones I would say I'll start out. So Long actually is number 3. Never Been Normal 2, and then like I said, I'm kind of upset the whole fact you just left it out.
Did you? All right, talk about. Unless did you like what you were hearing on All I Know.
I did, okay. But the thing is, on All I Know, I liked it. I really liked the song, and then you just dropped off. I don't think
that can make it the worst song automatically, unless you really like the album that much.
What? No. I mean, I could probably say that if that was like, I mean, I'm probably feeling you with which one is it? What is it? Which song is it?
I think Get It All, Ride For Me, and Never Been Normal, my worst three. So unless you're going somewhere else.
I think it was Ride For Me. Ride For Me was one of the ones I wasn't like, again, I feel like, that was a good track. No, I kind of fucked with that track a bit. So
you don't got to agree with me. I'm just saying that was my worst three, which get your order straight.
Yeah. Let me run it back. Let me go with, if there is an actual ending to that song, All I Know would be higher ranked throughout the album. But if that's how you really did end it, that's number one worst. But if it's not, I would say, what is it?
Okay, well, name your worst three and then like put an asterisk next to All I Know is like fucking with your brain or something.
All right. Okay. So I'll choose.
Because I don't feel like you don't. I feel like you're just mad because of the air. You like the song.
I like the song, but the thing is, you're let down because, it's like, oh, if he's doing it for dramatic like effects, where like, oh, you don't know what's gonna happen after this type deal, or is it just like, oh, he fucked up, like, or maybe he didn't put the correct, song in whenever he downloaded it originally. He didn't put the complete mastered. I don't know what the situation is. I'm not out here.
That affects your score. That is, like I said, I don't think that should make it the worst song. Unless you really love this album to the point that you didn't have a badder song than that.
I'll probably say about Feels Like. Feels Like was. It was dope, but it was. Again, I feel like the hook. It just like some of your hooks kind of just got a little, just too much.
I think between you and Lydia, I think y'all sing better without autotune. Like I actually keep that 100 with y'all. I don't say that about a lot of people. I usually tell people to just work on their autotune. I feel like listening to you. Like I said, I'm not saying you out here singing like Luther. I'm just saying like the singing that you do, I live with it.
Yeah, and normal singing Johnny Mase, that's dope. Yeah, a little too much autotune.
So again, bottom three, say them quickly.
All right, saying them quickly. It's gonna be Feels Like 3. Never Been Normal, and then So Long Then Never Been Normal. I would have to put that because that was overly auto-tuned in my.
And wasn't it one verse?
What?
Never Been Normal. It wasn't 2 verses.
I thought that was about 2 verses.
Yeah, that hook was so long. I thought it was 1.
I don't know, but
then you want to start your top of your bottom.
I'll start with the top 3. So it's going to be, I would say, I Don't Believe It. Number 3. Number 2 would be what is it? I Can't Figure It Out because he murdered that. And then like I said, 5-4 Fuck 5-0. I like it.
One?
That's my number 1.
Okay.
And like I said, this is something I would love you to get somebody, a bunch, 3 other people, you can make a 4 or 5 minute track song. I don't care, 6, 7 minutes. I don't give a fuck. That could be remixed.
The track already had 3 people on it,
including himself. Yeah, but I'm saying like it'll be you, and then you get 4 more people again. Like, I mean, 2, like you got 2 this time.
Okay, he's just saying make the remix.
Make a remix.
Like, I'm like adding a couple more people to this. Just it's a cipher.
That's a but nah, that's what I want. I mean, that's what I would want. So I really fucked with the song. You know, I don't know.
All right, my 3 will be number 3 was Till the Wheels Fall Off. Again, I love how the album ended featuring D Lane. Number 2, we both agree. I can't figure it out. Again, it's just. That's when the album truly started for me. Like I said, I wasn't into any of the tracks before I can't figure it out. And again, on top of that, you did it service, but I was like on the edge of like, oh fuck the CD. If you can't figure this one out, then I'm not gonna like anything. Yeah. So you saved the mixtape for me on that track. Straight up, you saved it because I mean, So Long wasn't that bad, and I wasn't in Never Not Normal. But as soon as I heard the sample, I was like, if he doesn't eat this motherfucker alive, he should have never picked the beat. And you ate it alive, and I respect you for that. And again, my number 1, I don't know if this was the lead single, but I would love to see like a video for this. Is Ride My Way feature Liddy. Like I said, this is a fun track to me. This is one of those, just like, it's winter now, so it's too late. But this is like a springtime summer song to me. Yeah. And I fuck with it. Like, and like I said, to me, like I said, sounds like a single. Like I said, I don't know what the single was for this project, but this sounds like a good single. And I don't usually ride with the singles. I usually ride with the songs in the album. Yeah. If I rock with the song that sounds like a single, that means I think you can make some good radio music too.
Mm-hmm. I think Johnny Mase can do some radio music, absolutely.
So we want to hit you with our scores for this. Again, Johnny Mase, presented by DJ Motorman. This has never been normal. I'm gonna give it with the solid 3. This is a midline album.
I was going with the 3 too.
This isn't over the top, but it's not, like I said, I don't have issues with this album that make me want to give it anything lower than a 3.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was like, it was good.
This is a strong 3. This isn't like I was like trying to get you away from the 2.5. Like, if 1 or 2 tracks is taken off, like this is more to me too much than too little. Where like there's a chance if you take 2, and we have different opinions on what tracks we don't like. Yeah. But if like you take off 5-4 fuck 5-0, no. I get like in songs like that, and what the other tracks, like I said, or just redo Never Been Normal. Like I understand you might want to have a title track, but that was just rough. Yeah. And like I said, that's for me. Like I said, like I mean, again, you have different, like your bottom 3 tracks. You might have wanted to take one of those off, but again, taking tracks off would have gotten this higher for me than the idea of you needing to change stuff. You just got to whittle stuff down for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you ready for the next one up on the docket? I got to stop saying it like that, but it's the funniest way to say it. So, we got next 3K on the K, the mixtape / EP.
Wait, yeah? Okay, yeah. So, it features the 3K people. There's 3 of them.
The posse, the family, 3K Smooth, 3K Shiv, 3K Shiz,
and then 3K Cash.
I think it'd be cool if it was Shiv.
We'll keep
it 100 with all y'all. If that dude's name was 3K Shiv, it would have been like the dopest gangster shit y'all heard all year. But I respect your name. So what was it actually called?
3K Shiz.
3K Shiz.
We can get another. That might change to 4K. You know, we can get.
No. And where are these brothers from again?
These guys are from the Mon Valley. Not too sure where exactly, but they're in Allegheny County though. So we got another Mon Valley person, but again, it's not. I'm not too quite sure where they're.
Okay, again, located. For technicality, Mon Valley is as soon as the fucking Ohio River splits, and it's the Monongahela River. The entire river has a valley.
So you're saying
the valley goes all the way to West Virginia.
South side to West Virginia.
Yes. Right. So like you can dictate the county you live in, but if you live in the Mon Valley, it's a whole distinction. It's like the Allegheny Valley and the Ohio Valley. Yeah. You can't just pick the valley.
I understand.
So no, like just a quick education of geography for y'all folks. Favorite subject in school, so I ain't gonna stun on y'all. So here we go. We start off with on go.
On go.
It was a good intro for me. Yeah. Like I said, this is a quick run through, and it's I I fucks with this project, but it's hard to get a feeling of all three artists.
Mm-hmm.
And the other issue is, outside of the brother that I think kind of sounds like 2 Chainz, I don't have a distinction on who is who. Yeah,
I don't. Yeah.
Next project, after we bump this and I get some clarification, I'll be able to tell y'all who I think is better out of the group one by one, pretty decently.
Yeah. Yeah. I swear to God, that was 2 Chainz in the beginning, but I had to listen to it.
Shout out to who did you talk to from the group?
It was, I'm not too sure who exactly I talked to from the group, but it was their page, and I messaged them, and I kind of like, after listening to the whole EP, and then I was like, okay, that really isn't 2 Chainz. And then he said, like, whoever that was, they said, oh, everybody, this is just our group, and that said no feature. So I'm like, okay. So thanks for the feedback.
If you have a group EP that's 5 songs, there ain't no room for features. So shout out to them.
Yeah. But okay, so On Go, produced by Cam. So that's
good opener, great opener.
Good energy.
Opener. That's one thing I give about this group. Y'all got bars and energy, and it doesn't seem like it's a trade-off. Like y'all just keep it running. Number 2,
Somebody's Chick.
I'm just over this, man. It's not just y'all. Like, maybe if y'all's the first fucking album I reviewed this year, I wouldn't care. But I'm so over trying to fuck other people's women.
Like, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at too. It's not a bad song, but I'm just kind of just in the same boat as like.
I fuck with the second verse more than the first verse.
Yeah.
Whoever was on the second verse of this, Somebody's Chick, killed it. The first verse and the hook, I'm not that into.
That was produced by It's Diggs Beats. I just want to mention that real quick.
Yeah, second verse artist, again, I do not know the difference between the 3 of y'all because I just don't have I don't have a rap genius to go through. I
feel like Migos are the only ones that like tell like who they are before they like rap.
I can tell Quavo, and if
no, they usually say Quavo, and then he like just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they usually.
I know, because I don't think they did that on Motorsport. And
no,
I can tell if it's Offset, if it's like somewhat lyrical, but like if Takeoff starts a song, I will question and maybe think it's Offset. I don't know. I don't know what Takeoff sound is.
No. We're not comparing you, like comparing.
No. Y'all way better than fucking Migos. Don't ever let anybody like no. Y'all like me. Y'all way up there. Y'all up there in a whole different stratosphere. Y'all like Horseshoe Gang, Wu-Tang. Like y'all better than that.
Yeah. I just was just using it as just like they usually say their names before. I mean, they did in some of the tracks.
Like I said, I don't like comparing people, but if I needed to reclaim that, I'm way more ASAP Mob than Migos.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to. Sorry for if you.
It was just an easy comparison of the understanding that I don't know y'all voices yet.
Yeah.
This will come with time and future reviews. Believe me. Yeah. After that, it's Fever.
DJ Smooth.
Fever was cool. It was okay.
That's not. Honestly, that wasn't my favorite track.
It wasn't my favorite, but I don't hate it.
I wasn't really feeling it.
After that, it's You Foolin', which
You Foolin'.
I feel like every week for like the last month we have this issue where y'all have sounds on your beats. DJ Smooth?
DJ Smooth again, yeah.
Dude, what the fuck is with the siren or whatever? It's like a piercing white noise every couple seconds.
Wait, when you like it started in, you're like, oh, like the beat, and then like it was like, oh.
No, that was fucking piercing. Y'all have to understand. I use I use studio quality headphones to listen to y'all music because I like to listen to the entire beat and the structure of what's going on. Mm-hmm. So when a fucking sound like that comes through my headphones like that, I didn't even finish the song.
You didn't?
I couldn't. Like unless you want to send me the acapella, I was never gonna finish that song. Like I got through the first verse and like the hook, and after I heard the sound like the 5th time, I'm like, I'm done. Y'all trying to make me deaf. Yeah. And again, I blame that on DJ Smooth, not y'all. So I'm just gonna let y'all know I can't. You Foolin'. I didn't really like You Foolin' even from what I heard, but like I never was able to give it a full chance because of the beat. So I'm just let y'all know that.
I fuck with it though. I mean, other than that, because I had to put the volume down a little bit. But I had the same issue like Jordan did on the K. That was DJ Swift. It sounded like every 20 to 30 seconds, it sounded like your smoke detector battery needed to be changed. It had that beep. Like it had that like, beep. And then like, and then we're still rapping and whatnot. I don't know if that was intentional or like y'all like were in the studio and you just didn't want to change the battery.
I didn't even think about it like that.
I don't know. But I mean, the song was good. On the K was good. In my eyes, I'm just questioning that. That's all.
For me, On the K was my shit. On the K is probably my favorite track on the album, and I think because I was so hyped into the track, I didn't hear the beat until we came in today. It was like, you hear this beat, and then I had to listen for the beat.
Yeah, because like you were like, oh, did you hear? Like we both.
We both basically walked in and said the same thing, but we thought we were talking about the same song. It was like, no, he's like, oh no, I'm talking about On the K. It's like, no, I'm talking about You Fooling.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it was like, no, well, On the K. I was like, we both had to listen. Like, the thing is, I had to put the headphones on to hear what you heard. You don't even got to put the headphones on to hear what I heard.
Yeah. I usually don't like have my music that quite loud all the time, but
no. I mean, I'm gonna be Foxy Brown around 50. Like I already know what it is.
Yeah.
So,
but
again, shout out to DJ Swift. Like I said, that song I fuck with that song.
Yeah,
like I said, I did hear the fire alarm dying after I had to physically look for the sound.
Yeah, like I said, it was about every 20 seconds or so.
Right.
But I mean, again, it doesn't ruin the song for me. It's not one of the worst songs in my eyes. Again, I think I'll start it off. The worst song for me was Fever.
Okay.
I don't know. I wasn't too crazy. Again, Somebody's Chick. Again, that probably would have been it for me, but it was still like, I don't really need this in my life, but you know, like, because I'm not out here trying to make moves on somebody else's chick, but I understand what you're going with, and it wasn't actually lyrically bad or anything. The beat, everything was like corresponded well, so I still fucked with it in some way, shape, or form. Before
I give my worst disclaimer, always remember, at least for me, it might not count for him. If you talk about fucking somebody else's chick, I'm probably not that excited about the song. And if you talk about how much sauce you got, I'm just probably stop listening. It's just like, so this is a disclaimer to all artists, not just y'all. Yeah. For me, it was close for the worst, but I have to roll with Fever too. Just because, like, I feel like You Fooling, what I've heard from You Fooling was dope. That siren killed me, but I don't, like, I mean, I blame y'all for picking the beat and then letting that ride, but like, you're right, like, Fever to me just wasn't a good track. My best track is On the K.
Yeah.
I fuck with On the K, the title track. Like I said, it's hype. Everybody's verse is banging. Like I said, that's the thing about the rest of the tracks. I usually get like I said, Somebody's Chick, the second verse killed it. On the Go, I think was a good opener, but I think the first guy killed it.
I got it. On the Go, I feel like that's my number one song. So I mean, like, again, intros and exits, outros, you know, those are very important to me. You started strong, you finished strong. So I mean, On the K was still another good song. I fucked with the intro more. So
that's fine. Again, we are not here to agree with each other. We will pick best and worst that are different. We both just agree that Fever we could live without hearing Fever. Probably, again.
So
and again, y'all take that fucking siren out of You Fooling, we cool.
And I'm not. I can put down the music. I'm not. I mean, like if you made a
I'm telling you now, you crank that up on Wood Street right through downtown Pittsburgh, they're gonna think there's an ambulance or something coming. Or something happened.
Something.
Your stereo broke. I thought there was something wrong with my headphones the first time I heard that song. And again, that's all on DJ Smooth. That's not on y'all. Like I said, I mean, y'all chose the beat, so I blame y'all for choosing the beat. But like, I don't know why DJ Smooth thought that was cool. It's the equivalent of that opening horn from DOA if you're listening to it on headphones, because that horn is piercing the first time you hear it. Then you got to turn your shit down. It's like that. For y'all don't remember DOA, that's Death Auto Tune Jay-Z. So, ready for the numbers?
Yeah. I'll start it out. I'm giving it a 3.5. That was pretty dope.
This is gonna be a weird week, so let's give it a 3.5 too. We don't usually read as much. Like,
okay.
That's
all right.
Like as soon as he said that, I'm like, motherfucker.
That's what I was like whenever you said the 3. I was like, fuck. All right.
So,
yeah,
we get our first woman in a review here today. We get Pretty Krissy of the Fan for Life Entertainment Group, and we just gonna start this off. Rose Gold Bitch.
Rose Gold Bitch.
This is the album. Go look it up on Amazon and is it on iTunes?
iTunes, I believe Spotify.
If you just want to stream it, get it on Spotify. But all I need y'all to do, no matter what we talk about on this, is when people have albums for sale, respect it and purchase it. I don't care if we say it's good or bad. If they put in the work, they ask for you to pay for it. That's what you need to do. And if you don't want to pay for it, hit it up on Spotify and at least get our streams up.
Yeah. So that's So
also, before we get into this, where can you find 3K?
3K. Oh, I'll run it back for everything. Johnny Mase and 3K. You can find both of those albums on Dat Piff. If you want to check out other music, I believe 3K has a mixtape coming out soon, or they already have it out. And same thing with Johnny Mase. He has a bunch of other mixtapes. If you fuck with that, go ahead and check out more. He has a whole bunch, actually. So Shout out to I guess them for their music. So definitely check out their music as well. Because you know what? You might have a different idea. You might feel differently than us. You know, we just the rap jury.
Also, Pretty Krissy, this is the first album where we've reviewed an album that had a song on it that was on a different album.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be really funny when I do my top 3 worst and my top 3 best. It's gonna be fucking hysterical. Pretty Krissy, Rose Gold Bitch. We're about to start it off. Rose Gold intro. She flamed on that.
Rose Gold, yeah.
Intro? Oh,
intro.
That's like, y'all need to go listen to Pretty Krissy Rose Gold intro. If you're not gonna do a speech and you're gonna rap on your intro, this is what you do.
Yeah.
Just letting you know, this is how you kill the beat. Like, shout out, like, I'm on the fence when I can deal with the Queen Latifahs. I can deal with Nicki when she's rapping. I can't get into some other female artists when they're doing other things. So like, she opened up and gave me the whole, I'm about to listen to this. So that's the first and foremost. After that, it's From Around Me, which it's a switch up. I fucks with it. It's not one of my favorite tracks, but again, she keeps the energy going on that one. After that, it's Underlay.
I kind of that got a little too repetitive. That's not one of my favorite songs out on this album.
I just feel like the word underlay was forced in there. Like, it almost sounded like the rest of the song was made, and then they decided to put the word underlay in there. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not a big underlay guy. I thought, you know what's funny is when I saw the track title, I actually thought it was gonna be cool. Like, I was like,
I thought it was like, oh,
different. Like, it's a different type of song title. I've never heard a song title underlay before. So I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be dope. And then it's like, I've heard better.
Yeah.
Then after that, It's Never Been Afraid featuring Fly Guy. I respect that track. I respect that track heavily.
Just a side note real quick. We didn't get the full details of all, like, I mean, like, if I don't mention any or Jordan don't mention everybody that's been, you know, was part of this production or features, because some of them I feel like there's a couple features that were listed.
We chose not to give the features credit. Like, that was, I've seen the Amazon list. Some of them people are featured, some of them aren't, and there are features on here that aren't credited. So the production part, I kind of wish I could have figured out who our producers were.
I think some of them was Fly Guy production. You even hear it in the beginning. So I mean, I know that.
Yeah, there's a different. I think you're right.
Not all of them, though.
No, but I think you're right about that.
So that's all. I just want to make that as a side note. That
the one thing I will say about Never Been Afraid is I don't think Fly Guy helped that song.
No,
like,
and I had an issue with that one. Yeah, he didn't
add anything to it to help it. Like, I was like, I can live with Never Been Afraid as just being Pretty Krissy alone. Yeah, which comes back to picking and choosing your features wisely. I'm not going to dive in too deep to that, but like I said, I could have lived with just being that a solo Pretty Krissy track. Yeah. After that, we got Bugatti featuring somebody's name that
Hemi / Black J. Like, I mean, like, I think he's known as Black J, and I think he's gone by Hemi now. I'm not too sure.
The artist formerly known as Hemi.
The artist formerly known as. But either or, it was listed Hemi on the track, but she shouts him out as Black J. So I'm not too sure. So cool. We'll just but I fucked with that track. It was decent. It was good.
The Bugatti trend moved on for me a while
after Ace Hood.
It was probably even before that. Like, I didn't really like the Ace Hood track. I'm an Ace Hood fan.
Oh damn! I'm kind of dumb.
Don't know me and Future, man. Future can't save your songs.
But the remix.
No. I hate getting off topic, but you won't make me say it. The Bugatti remix was the shit. Like, I just said, like, the original version. Back on track with Pretty Krissy and her album, Rose Gold Bitch. So, sorry. Like I said, no, I was not that into Bugatti. Yeah. After that, it gets into one of my favorite tracks, Pipe Down.
Pipe Down was a dope track.
Pipe Down was just like her telling people, like, oh, if you ain't helping me, you ain't in this game with me, shut up. Yeah. Which I fucks with that. Mm-hmm. This is probably like where the part of the album where I like continuously start fucking with tracks like back to back. Yeah. Because after Pipe Down, we got Plug In My Phone.
That's the Jordan anthem in my eyes.
I'd be lying if I could dispute that. My phone was dead when I came in here today. like if I said no, there would be, everybody in the room would start screaming like, you damn lie. So I can't even dispute that. So yeah, that's my spirit animal song.
I fuck with the song. It's dope. We've all been there, and plus,
the one thing I can say is this is another track. I don't know who the feature was on this one. Yeah, it was a feature. This is another track where I wish this was just you. You were killing it on your own. Then the other dude kind of fucked up the feng shui to it for me. Like you alone was keeping it, like hugging my phone and all that stuff. You was killing it, and it's a goofy track to me. Like I like this. Like like you don't got like this is authentic. We are living in the era where nobody got a charge. Like it's not just me. I'm sorry that James walks around with a portable charger. Like, I got an industrial portable charger at that. This shit's big as hell. So like no, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to have something blow up in my pocket while I'm charging my phone. That's what I think will happen to you.
I hope no. I hope
like a nuclear meltdown in your pocket. Oh, shit. But, so yeah, no. Plugging my phone is like my spirit animal. If there was songs were spirit animals, like we got this. I understand the pain of having to tell somebody like, yo, what's your charge? I only got 25. I got 7. Give me your shit.
You're like, let me charge it for a minute. Damn.
I'm definitely about that. After that, we hit up Flossing. This is where Fly Guy, and I know that's Fly Guy on Flossing.
Yeah, and there was no, wasn't that like practically, wait, which one was, where it was practically his track? I think that was Worry About It, wasn't it?
I think Lower is where like she's using tracks that she's featured on, and she put it on the album.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
And Flossing might be that, but again, I fuck with Flossing.
No, Flossing was dope.
Like I said, that was where I see her and Fly Guy's chemistry more on Flossing.
Yeah.
Where I didn't get the chemistry on Never Been Afraid.
No, Never Been, yeah.
After that, we get the track I was talking about earlier, Hold Up, Hawk Jr., featuring Hawk Jr. If you remember, we reviewed Hawk Jr.'s project, which I don't remember the name of at this moment, but we reviewed it. And,
Light King.
And if I'm right, that was my favorite track off his album, wasn't it? Or one of my favorite tracks.
I don't know.
It was one of my 3 favorite tracks off his album. It's going to be funny about this later. After that, we Get In My Zone, which, let me double check before I say something. Yeah. Get In My Zone was cool. Wasn't a top end or anything, but it was cool. Like I said, I rock with that. Yeah. After that, we get All featuring Benji's,
I guess. I'm sorry. Well, like another apology. Side note: we all fuck up names, so I'm sorry. But yeah, I thought that was decent. I thought it was kind of dope.
Yeah. Like I said, this is another one where like it could be his or her song. Like we didn't really review a Benji's project yet, but I'm assuming that this track is on both of their projects.
Yeah. After
that, we get Worried About It. Featuring Fly Guy. Yeah. I could live with or without that. Yeah. I'm not gonna act like that was a showstopper for me. Then after that, we hit Shut Up Bitch, where it's basically the same thing as Stupid Ho for Nicki Minaj for me. It's just too repetitive. It's too.
It gets pretty repetitive.
And James called me out when I first brought this out. Yes, we cool, Pretty Krissy, but I know as soon as you see this, you probably said Shut Up Bitch. That's fine. You can tell me to shut up. I'm just saying that I don't like the track. Yeah. But like so that was the first thing James said. It's like, you don't like the track, you know what she's gonna tell you? Yeah, shut up, bitch. And I get it. Like it's not even like he was so happy to get that pun off. He was so geeked. I'm like, I was like, I can't. You're right. Like I mean, that's fine. Like the whole song is basically talking about how people need to worry about themselves. It's just this is the lane I'm in. This is the job I do. So I don't like shut up, bitch. And if you want to tell me to shut up, bitch, fine. Like just fine. Like. After that, we got Never Showed Us, which is one of my favorite tracks. And it's like, it's something like, I know this isn't what the track said directly, but it's something I feel about the generation of growing up with one parent or growing up with no parents or growing up with a grandparent. And it's a thing of like, no, nobody really showed us how to do this. Yeah. So, and I get that when it comes to this track. Like she pours her heart out on this. Like, yo, I do what I do. You didn't show me how to do this. So don't try to step in now and try to like redirect my lane. And I respect that so much because, like I said, I don't know how old Pretty Krissy is, but I'm assuming we're not that different age group. Or at least I feel like 80s to the 2000 is, like I said, between the crack and the heroin. If you were in those 2 decades, you had a chance of only growing up with one parent or growing up with people that didn't really show you what you needed to do. Yeah. So I respect that track a lot. I feel like I talked a lot. So you got any songs and stuff that you didn't get to talk about on this one?
You pretty much, I mean, other than I wanted to talk about the Shut Up Bitch, but you already got a.
I know. You wanted to be able to say that she was going to tell me to shut up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry that I took that satisfaction away from you.
It took everything. But no, I think that this whole entire album, I feel like some of it, like again, some of these songs were like you did these songs with other people, so I don't know if they're on other people's albums,
which is fine. Like I said, this is stuff that happens to hip hop all the time. I ain't worried about that.
But I still feel like some didn't really need to be on there. You know, like even though you did it on their project, I feel like I mean, a lot. You have 14 tracks. You could have lowered down like 1 or 2. I mean, again, like I feel like
we're gonna talk about this in my best and worst. We're definitely
like Fly Guys. Even though he's brought on here about 3-4 times, and plus he does some of the production. I mean, he could have been left off. Like I said, like Never Been Afraid. I mean,
but I like that song. He didn't need to be on it.
Yeah, that's. I don't feel like he didn't put enough energy, and that kind of like lowered the song for me because I kind of like.
Same thing with Plug Into My Phone. Plug Into My Phone would probably be my favorite track if it wasn't for the feature.
It's on now. I'm still putting that up there.
I know, like I said, it's definitely honorable. Like this is definitely. I might have to go on my iTunes and just cut off the last verse and just have it like it's just you. I can do that. I figured out how to do that on iTunes. So don't worry. But yeah, to me, you make that track. Like I wish you would just make the video and like add your own verse to it because I feel like you yourself own that track. Like I just didn't need a feature. Like, and it's weird because, like I said, the more I listen to this album, the multiple times I listen to it, the more I was like, you know what, man, she could have J. Cole this. She could have. Like, she could have J. Cole this. She's that talented. She could have J. Cole this on her own.
Absolutely, honestly. I mean, I think she could have, because she could sing well and she could rap very well. So
she can out rap a lot of y'all niggas out here. So y'all know that now. Right now, some of y'all need to step y'all game up if y'all ever want to get on the track with Pretty Krissy. And then some of these people that are on here should have stepped their game up to be on the track with Pretty Krissy, and they didn't. Like I feel like she got disrespected in some of the verses y'all gave her.
I mean, I'm kind of at that.
I'm not trying to say names, but like, I mean, when I put my worst 3 out, I guess some of y'all figure it out. But like, just putting that out there. You got anything else before we do these? Because now I think I'm just like, people looking at us like, well, what is he about to say?
Just go.
All right, so my worst 3 will be number 3 is Underlay. Like I said, I just wasn't into it. Number 2, which is going to be so, like I said, it's funny to me because if I'm right, I gave it one of my top 3s for the album that it was on before. But Hold Up featuring Hawk Jr. I'm sorry, man. You're better than Hawk Jr. in every way, shape, or form. And you didn't need to put this on your album. You only got a verse and the end hook on this track. I fuck with Hawk Jr. when it comes to points. This was not one of them on his own album, but you made this so good that I made this one of his best songs on his own album because of you. Saying that, this makes it one of the worst songs on your album because of him. It's a trade-off. Like, I can't have it both ways. The song isn't that good on your album. It's probably the best thing smoking on his album.
Yeah.
This is how I look at it. So this is your second worst song to me is Hold Up featuring Hawk Jr. And the worst, you can tell me to shut up all you want. It's Shut Up, Bitch. And I'll give it to you. The verses aren't that bad. I'm just not listening to this hook ever again. Like,
yeah.
Just give me your the worst 3 real quick.
All right. Let me run it. So I would say I'm gonna go with 3. The same with Jordan, Underlay. I think it was just like over the hook alone. That kind of ruined it for me. Same thing. Number 2, Never Been Afraid. Fly Guy, I lost the energy. I was losing the song a bit. So
that was an honorable worst for me. Like it was one of the ones that was on the tier.
And then I'm gonna just say Shut Up, Bitch. Yeah. I fucked with it to some extent, but it kind of just got.
But I'm the one over here conceding that she's gonna tell me to shut up.
She can know, but I knew she was gonna say the same thing to me too. Okay. I was in. I just wanted you.
I gotta take the first shot. I'm the Kevlar while he's just the gooey body.
I'm just.
All right,
but. But the bar, everything, like just her rapping wise, everything was good about that. It just
again, after I look at it, outside of Hold Up for me, Underlay and Shut Up, Bitch are mostly hook issues.
Yeah, but
like I said, Hold Up, you didn't need to put this on your album. I don't know if it was like Hawk wanted to be on your album, but like you didn't need to do that. You want to do your best real quick?
I'll run my best. So you started out good in my eyes. So Rose Gold intro, great intro. Plug in a Phone, that's number 2 for me. And then I like Bugatti, that's number 1. Okay. But you know what? Matter of fact, let me swap that. Plug in My Phone is number 1. Bugatti's number 2.
Okay.
So
So we have the same number 3. I'm happy with the intro. Rose Gold intro is dope as shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
This is where things will change. Number 2, I love how it ended too. Never showed us.
Honorable mention.
That's my number 2 right there. And number 1's Pipe Down. Like it's
Pipe Down.
Pipe Down's my number 1 favorite track. To me, that's just like Plug in the Phone. Pipe Down, I think it should get video treatment. Honestly, I wish you would do like not a video, but like some type of like you just spitting like maybe a commercial spit for like your album for Rose Gold intro, because that's just murder bars right there. Like I said, you got them on that. But again, not a lot of people can give me a top 3 of their intro track and the outro track.
Yeah,
you did that right there. And again, Pipe Down is dope too. So, what you put your number out first last time, so I guess I'll throw mine out first this time. I'm going with the 4. My issues with this album are strictly with the fact that I have issues with a lot of the features. I do know the background of Fly Guy and You. I'm not delving into it like Cardi B and all them other folks. I'm just gonna say, like I said, I feel like there could have been some. He didn't need to be here as much as he was. I definitely, again, I didn't need the second time hearing the Hot Junior track. There's a couple other features on here, like I said, you have this energy that some people can't get to all the time. Like I said, there are songs like Flossin' with Fly Guy where I understand he understands how to get on your level, but he obviously just didn't get it. He didn't have that same energy for me when it came to Never Been Afraid. So that's how I get it. Like I said, I'm happy with the 4. Like I said, you give me cause to want to see the next.
Yeah.
Features.
I'll pretty much agree with that, but I'm giving them 3. Again, I think you could have left a couple people off the track. I feel like You Alone do a great job. But I feel like your features didn't put as much energy to some extent. I think Hemi did a decent job. Fly Guy on some tracks, but again, I feel like some of the repetitiveness of your hooks kind of like bored me or kind of annoyed me to some extent. So I think just on that, for me, kind of dropped some points off of that. And then again, some of the things, like some of the tracks could have been left off. You Alone, again, you murdered the intro, the outro, you murdered it just as well. Again, it's just like the in-between, the filler in-between of the whole entire album.
This is one thing I will say, outside of bad features, I didn't get a lot of filler.
No, there was no filler. I'm just saying in between, like the intro and outro.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm just calling that as the filler. But no, I didn't feel there was like a filler song in my eyes.
Really, the only track that I didn't fuck with for you was Underlay.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't for, like, honestly, I probably would have ended up with only having one bad track if there wasn't for the features on the other 2 tracks. Like honestly, if the track with Hot Junior was yours, which is you only had a verse and the ending hook, if that was all you, I probably would have fucked with that song as much as any other song on this project. But the only song I can guarantee I would never probably be able to change my opinion on is Underlay.
Yeah. But I'm giving, like I said, a solid 3 for that one.
I give you the 4.
I need to write these down.
So, so we got. Let's run back the scores for today for all 3 artists.
Hold up.
Are you writing it down?
I'm trying to. So we did Johnny Mase. What did we get? I gave the 3.
And I gave the 3. The first 2 projects we gave the same score.
Oh yeah, and then we both did the same for 3K. We both gave the 3.5.
Yes. And then you went back down to the 3 for Pretty Krissy.
Yeah.
And I went up to the 4. So my album's progressed.
You progressed. I'm like I said, it's not your fault. I don't know.
Wait, what?
What? I don't know.
All right. So y'all know what time it is. We're about to get a break and give y'all Overly Unfiltered in a couple seconds. But we got to run down everybody's names, all our sponsors, get all that shit here for y'all. So here you go. GMWorldWideRadio.com. Look them up on IG and Twitter at GMWW Radio. Look out the app at Android Play Store and the Google Play Store. My bad. GMWW Radio at gmail.com. If you want that music spun, because who else is spinning in music? We are.
In the local area.
Yes. Also, I'm sorry. Also, again, JSkyline99
and James_Lane on IG.
And we give it to you straight.
Check out us check out our Facebook. You know, we on that.
Oh, yeah, we still have the Facebook page. The Unfiltered Facebook page is still there. Unfiltered _ PGH for the Instagram page. Yeah. And if one of us loses in like a Madden game, one of us will probably put up a Twitter. I made it really unfair because he ain't got no smoke in Madden on me. So again, we'll be right back. Overly Unfiltered, and we want more exciting Overly Unfiltered too. We'll be right back.